So today's a special day. For the first time, we have a non-legal guest on here, Bryan Lew. Thank you for coming on. Really appreciate you coming in.
Thanks for having me.
We have, we are trying to expand our network of people. And I'm fascinated by how people make money, and the many different ways that people do. And the first part of this, we're going to talk about you. We're going to talk about business. We're going to talk about money. Maybe a little bit about the law. And then after that, we're going to get into the real deal, which is sports. So the most important part. So my first question to you, Bryan, is this. Tell us about yourself. What do you do? And how do you make money?
Okay, first off, I'm Bryan. I'm Bryan Lew. I'm queer CEO of Rooster Rice, which is a kind of Thai chicken and rice restaurants.
You got to go out there and eat it too if you have, and it's great.
So it's been, then again, my partner and I started.
Is that fried chicken?
Yeah, right. We've expanded the menu, so there is fried chicken available.
I think I might have tried it.
You try the fried chicken skin.
Oh, is it the separate of the chicken itself? They're just separate skin,
Just fried like a chicharron.
You know, I think KFC should try that. I don't really care about the chicken, but that skin though.
That's all. It's all about just good to use these. So that's it. Owner CEO of Rooster Rice, a Thai chicken and rice concept that we're currently franchising. And then my partner and I also are in full serve restaurant business as well too. So we have a restaurant called Indo in Palo Alto, California.
I did not know that.
Bryan's from the Bay Area.
Yeah, that's true.
Bryan's been born and raised in San Francisco.
And it's a restaurant that named Indo.
Yes.
Like INDO or EN?
INVO.
Ray, you don't even smoke, and I know what you're thinking. Just asking the question. We say California. He says Indo. What's that?
We're not out though.
So I do have a question about that. Tell me, I'm completely ignorant to franchises, how that works, how that's ran. Operationally speaking, all of it, honestly, the restaurant business. What is it? Tell me something about your business that you wish the general public knew about your business.
Ooh. I mean, restaurant business is tough. I think probably maybe that's something the general public probably does always feel. Although I think maybe COVID kind of changed that, kind of brought a lot of home chefs out. Tell the audience something about franchising.
Whatever you want to mention.
About any part of your business that you wish the general public knew.
That you don't think they do know.
I mean, I think it would be that, again, as much general knowledge as that might be. Restaurant business is tough. The service industry is tough. So I think, that probably comes into play for you guys too. Like,
yeah. I mean, that's something as far as us goes, with COVID, I used to love, and I mean, I've talked to Vince about this. I used to love traveling for work constantly. It was just part of my business model. Like I had to take depositions. I had to go talk to experts. I had to go do interviews. We had to go do inspections, all kinds of stuff like that. COVID completely changed that. I don't ever leave the office anymore because it's all on. So everything, mediations, depositions, everything is on Zoom unless I have to go out for like a physical inspection. Even hearings are on Zoom now, except for like a few counties in Texas. So I didn't know how, I know COVID affected your business like that, but I mean, have you guys seen a rebound? Is it like fully up like that or?
Ooh, it's tough because, I mean, as you guys know, I go back and forth between California. All our businesses are in California, and it's always crazy to have this parallel, like living in Texas and then experiencing the pandemic from the Texas point of view where, sometimes it's like, I joke like it did happen.
Well, what do you mean? They're exactly the same though. Just plastic.
Yeah. No, it's wild. So again, too, you guys watch the news, like San Francisco, a lot of the big cities, we just
Took a beating.
We just had our second franchise open in Beaverton, Oregon. And my wife and I fell in love with Portland 10 years ago when we started dating. Um, and we thought about moving to Portland. We traveled to Portland. Actually, our concept was inspired by a food stall in Portland. So the Kalmangai, which is what we serve, was inspired by a girl that was doing Kalmangai in Portland. Before all the food scene kind of blew up, before all the little ramen and, all that stuff kind of hitting the scene, boba and all that. So, we felt my partner felt like we could get in on that, on that opportunity to Kalmangai to a bigger market. But again, back to it, like, COVID beat down the restaurant industry. So, and it's still, to answer your earlier question, it's still TBD on how we recover. Like the fallout is still, I mean, I joke, I know we're going to get into football later. So making our picks, like I joked with my wife. I was like, I remember sitting at our dining table, 2020, actually probably when I was making the decision to move to Texas, or like we were going back and forth, but I was like giving up our apartment in San Francisco. And I was just like, man, this is going to take 5 years. It's going to take at least 5 years for people to just start feeling normal again. And it's crazy too when you juxtapose it against Texas, because again, like I feel like we didn't really go through a lot of the day-to-day beat downs that like the big inner cities got. I mean, I still go back to, when I'm in California or San Francisco or just in Portland, like people are still masked up. It's wild to see.
But I would think that the better thing is that you survived it. I mean, there are many businesses that didn't make it, just gone. And awesome. And where I'm from, it's just amazing that you're still here and you're thriving. You're expanding.
When did you open Rooster first or Indo first?
We opened Indo first. And Rooster, how long after? So Indo was not takeover, so to speak, but we took over, like my partner and I worked for a very successful restaurateur in San Francisco. So my partner and I, he was corporate executive chef. I was, call it director of ops. So my partner and I took over one of the former owner's restaurants. So he had a restaurant. He was growing big. He was up to maybe 7, 8 restaurants at that point. And so we got contacted, or I got contacted by one of his business partners that was let to run his restaurant in Palo Alto. And, he didn't really know what he was doing. He wasn't really a restaurant guy. So my partner and I, were given him the opportunity, or I was given the opportunity to take over that restaurant. So that's what I did.
Did y'all rebrand it, or is that?
We branded it.
Okay.
Hence the Indo.
What was it before?
So the owner was Singaporean. So he had a chain of Singaporean restaurants in California. He got as far as, actually, he was in Atlanta. We actually opened a restaurant for him in Atlanta with Straits. With basic.
And there was a Straits here, Talent Country.
There was Straits, Houston. I can't forget that. I met my wife there. So it was actually funded by Ludacris.
Oh, wow.
You guys know
closed.
Well,
know that.
Oh, man.
Fried chicken and beer.
Oh,
wait,
man.
Straits was funded by Ludacris.
So Straits Atlanta, his direct partner, his third partner was Ludacris.
Oh,
Linda. It was wild. Dr. J was up in there. Leo was up in there. It was wild. I mean, that's why whenever me and JP are talking, again, that's my buddy from Dallas. Like he's in the restaurant business. And when we worked for Straits, it was wild times. Like that owner got really big, really fast. Good old time.
Does he still own multiple?
He took a major hit too. He took a major hit. He's slowly, good for him. He's like slowly recovering. He was, like I said, he was maybe 7, 8 restaurants at his peak. And then, it's tough to maintain once you grow outside 5, like I used to say 3, but it's like growing outside of 5 stores or whatever you want to call it. gets really tough, So he was at 7, 8, and these are like full serve big. He was really influenced by Miami.
Were these not franchised, or they were?
No, they were all.
That's okay.
And so he literally ended up an extra challenge with that. Oh, it was wild. And these were, like I said, they were big operations, So, like Vince mentioned, Houston. I mean, I can't remember the square footage on that restaurant, but it was like a nightclub and bar and restaurant all the time.
So I like that spot. I don't know. Was the business bad, or did it? I think the area. I mean, kind of country's got a lot, but maybe it's. I've never been there where there's places over there open past 10. So
I'll tell you the truth. I mean, I don't know if this is where we're getting to, but it comes down to management.
Yeah.
It comes down to management. Like, again, I didn't know if this is where we're getting to, but it comes down to management. Like, I just feel he had way too many things going on his plate. Yeah. I was there managing it. And I think, I hate to say that when we went our separate ways, it was hard. Like, he was struggling to find managers to take care of all his restaurants. So the potential that Straits Houston store was insane. Yeah. I mean, I have a sad story. I sold you some.
Really, it's safe to say you need
a Drake wanted to do his record release party at Straits Houston.
Really?
Oh my God. This is, I can't remember the year. I'm trying to remember the album. It was when he was like before he was like coming out of trying to be a backpack rapper, and he was doing his first big album. Oh man,
that's years ago. That had to be better part of years ago.
I know what happened.
You were too busy trying to court your wife,
and you were like, "Hey, this Drake dude just trying to have a party here." Oh, it's funny. Lou just left because I know you guys had your dating anniversary, so I'm trying to think of the timing, but I got suspended. I got suspended for drinking on the job, which was crazy because we were.
That's what manager doesn't hit the
David will probably appreciate this. The owner was slapping me on the wrist. He's getting a little too popping. We were getting but again, that's what he hired me for. Like we were getting straight to popular. It was like I said, like Slim Thug was in there, Robert Ory from the Wilkins. So like Robert Ory was oh man, there was Manny Fresh was in there.
Oh no. Oh, the bird man.
The bird. There's some respect on my name. Oh man, what's his name? I don't even know if it's R.I.P. But the guy from Boomerang, Mushroom Shirt, Mushroom Bill.
Oh,
is he still alive?
No, he died.
Oh, R.I.P. Mushroom Shirt, Mushroom Bill.
It was the father
and he was
in Friday. He died. He didn't have to say. Coordinate. He was coordinate.
Yes. I got a photo with him. I got a photo. I mean,
that's amazing.
All in Straits. And so
Wow.
oh man, like people didn't even know who Drake was. And then it's like I said, like I got slapped on the wrist, getting too cracking. And the owner was like, suspended me. He was cool off a little bit. You're getting too crazy. You're too wild. And then it was funny. I was like supposed to be on suspension, like not answer my emails. And I saw the emails. It was like, the girl who was replacing her, she was like right under me. She was like getting the emails. It was like, oh, some guy named Drake's trying to do this record release party. And I was like, you need to do that. Get into it. Yeah. Just thought that maybe the crowd, like, cause it was tough. Like, it was our first time being in Houston. The owner was kind of poisoned with these thoughts of like, oh, like if it gets too urban, excuse me. Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, I run restaurants and bars in Austin. That was one of the
push urban.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, definitely.
That's the most undercover.
You're right.
Most undercover racist shit.
This dude right here is one of the most urban dudes I know. I never understood that one. That's a euphemism for black.
Yeah.
So I ran a spot called the Upper Decks in Austin. And so it's a restaurant or sports bar. It was TVs all over the place. But in the evening, on certain nights, I would host events because they had a stage and you could set up a DJ. And it was central to Austin, so it was a good spot to go. And I would get a good following. So on nights when our restaurant didn't do well, or days when our restaurant didn't do well, the bar would kill it in the night. And I had a guy come tell the owner, like, hey, manager here is making your spot a little too it's dark. He said it's a little too dark. He didn't say it in front of me, but it was told to.
Do you know the guy who told that? Really?
Handsome. I mean, yeah.
Wow, that's a whole other subject for a whole nother podcast.
Yeah, that's a whole other.
I definitely understand
the legalities of that.
I can't imagine there's a way to police that. That
It's hard to.
and to be
How
fair,
about tuck your chain in?
No, you know what they do?
David
Now is dress codes, like strict dress codes.
But it's crazy too because the dress codes are targeted. I mean, I remember.
Trust me, I know. David will tell you a story where I've been.
He knows. He's like, no hoodies. Yep, no. Two man.
White shoes. Get out of here with
Peace.
these shoes.
Can't go.
No, but we were actually, Ray and I were talking about this yesterday. Me and Vince have known Ray for the better half
20
of
years?
20 years. We had all, this is back before Houston, like Midtown had even tried to develop the way it is now. And we went to this random bar, nothing special, it's a fucking bar. And me and Vince go right. And then we see Ray's not in. And we're like, where's Ray? So we come back
At the door.
Ray, come on in. What are you doing?
Yeah.
Why are you at the door? Why are you waiting at the door?
You're talking to the bouncer. Oh, what? Oops, my shorts too long.
Broad daylight. He's wearing cargo shorts.
They 5 o'clock. They came below my I wasn't sagging. No, I wasn't sagging. It was all the way up. I had a belt. But my shorts were too long.
They're like at his knee, like maybe covering his kneecaps,
And that stopped me from getting to the door. Fell into the door. There's plenty of white guys in there with the same cargo shorts. But I'm the problem.
It's unfortunate. It's unfortunate.
It's just brain fucked up.
He's bullshit.
Yeah, it is ramping. I've been out of the scene, so I don't know how it is now, but I can imagine it's probably similar.
I don't think that those things change. I had a similar problem in Austin. Austin goes through ups and downs where they'll want some black crowd because the music that the audience is listening to, or their customers are listening to, is hip hop. But if you're having all white crowd and everybody's white and you start playing a bunch of hip hop, it doesn't quite have the same feel as if you just have like 1 or 2 or 3 different gets of black people. But then again, so everybody it creates a better price. If you multiply that and you get a majority of black and then a minority of white, then the demographics for them is messed up. Because the fear is they won't get more white people, more white dollars in after them. The fear is there. There's some kind of weird fear. I don't understand that.
Ray, you made me feel the impact of what you feel one time. You probably don't remember this. So one time, I used to live in Austin. That's when me and Ray met each other and we were great friends. We used to hang out all the time. And I went to Texas Relays. So if anybody knows or doesn't know, the relays like in Austin is like the jam. It's
Blackout weekend, baby.
Blackout weekend. What do you call it? Blackout weekend. It's the track event. It's the UT. They put on their track and field.
Statewide, all of Texas comes to Austin, Texas to race. Every college, high school. If you're fast, you're going to come to Austin, Texas it's generally the first weekend in April or the last weekend in March, depending on how to say.
So I went out with Ray. And he was like, hey, come out. It's Texas Relays. It's going to be popping on 5th, 6th Street downtown, like all day long, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, from the morning. So me and my boy Russ, one of our good friends also, we go out there and we go to this place, Iron Cactus. And it's like every place, they got a DJ, and it's just live. They got good music, good drinks. It's good vibes. It's just a great time. And we're up there, and me and my boy Russ, and we're both Hispanic, and I was raised black, and we were just up there, and majority black people up there. And I told Ray, I was like, man, we had the best time out there. We're jamming. We're like, damn, it's so loud.
And I was like, man, I didn't realize that me and Russ, we were like the only light skinned dudes out there. And he's like, how do you think I feel every time we go out? Every time we leave? And it was like, man, I never had thought of it like that, because you come to Houston and like that bar that Dave was talking about, like rate might be one of a handful, if that, of Black people in a place that got, 100 people plus in there. And I'm like, damn, I never thought about it like that.
It's funny.
It's striking when you actually think about it.
Put yourself in a different position. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And to kind of piggyback off of that, I always tell people who, and we're not going to talk about politics, but I always tell people who I tend to have different views on politics about, is that we are products of our environment and our experiences, and we base our beliefs on those experiences. And I mean, it's like, that once you experience that, you're like, I never even thought about it like that. I never even thought about it like that. Like, honestly. And it's crazy how like you don't think about it like that until you experience it. And I think about the times like that we have all of these people, like general public people, who fucking trash personal injury attorneys until they need one.
Well, yeah. I mean, that's the biggest thing. Whenever segue into that is like, when we're talking to people, they're like, I'm not trying to sue anybody. We're not trying to file lawsuits. We're not doing that. We're actually just facilitating the claims process for the mechanism that the law has put in place for you to be, for you to get right. Like the whole, we're doing that. Then the only reason you see all of these personal injury attorneys is because the insurance has done something wrong by taking advantage of them. And that's why you need them, just to get what you
like, we're here for a reason. Like, there's a reason why there's so many of us around.
And to tell my father that, well, the lawyer's trying to get your money. I said, that is a lie that some insurance company has taught you, so that you don't file and get your just due from some claim that you need to file.
Perfect example. My dad, he was like, well, what is it that you do, or whatnot? And this is right when I first started practicing. And at that time I was practicing written law. I was like, but I wanted to become a personal injury attorney. And he was like, is that what is that, like ambulance chasing? And I was like, and guess who works for us now? The irony behind it, But that's something that, like, most people don't. They talk a lot of shit about it until they realize, man, I need somebody to help us. And I'm glad we do it, but at the same time, it's bittersweet. It's because it's like, you're the person who I know is talking about us, or talking about my industry or whatever. And it's bittersweet.
Yeah. Let me ask you a question, B. One thing, what's one thing that maybe you do or don't know, where there's a question about, like, if you get in an accident or the claims process,
anything that you think, because I guarantee we probably have not thought about it.
And probably something that either you don't know, you got a question about, or, because we've been friends for some time now, that we've told you that maybe you didn't know previously.
Rephrase that one again.
Anything you just like. Is there something that you didn't know about the PI? Again, when I say PI, it's personal injury. Like, you get in an accident, I got to file a claim with the insurance. Like, I think you had a small fender bender not too long ago, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I think one of your biggest things was like, I'm not hurt, which is fine. We don't represent clients that have illegitimate claims or injuries.
Mm-hmm.
We represent people that are like legitimately injured, and we help them through the process. But maybe one of the things, like, if you file a claim on your insurance, did you think that your rates were going to go up, or did you think, like, I'm not going to do that because it might affect me one way or another?
Yes. I don't know if this answering your question, but I mean, it's crazy. It's like, as you just stated, like, being around you and Lou and David as well too, like, my perspective on the personal injury, whatever what you call it, sector type of law
Field.
I think it blew my mind to how much more it expands than just the little ticky tack, which maybe a lot of people feel like that, when it comes to personal injury, it's like the little small, again, from my perspective, to answer your question, like, I didn't get hurt. that accident you're referring to is like, we didn't get hurt. It was, um, I think sometimes it does suck to kind of like, we went in on it on our own, like we dealt with it ourselves. And man, it does kind of suck to like go through the due process of like doing it on your own. Yeah, like we had to do when my wife went through, and it was, again, we didn't get hurt. It was a tiny fender bender, but it's just, in retrospect, sometimes I'm like, yeah, I could see where it's just like easier or it's going to get vetted by guys like you guys better.
But I think, and I didn't even know about the accident, but what I can guarantee the insurance took advantage in some way that you don't even know about, that we don't know about. They will never know about that. That is just there, and it's because they know what they said. You the layperson don't, So, and there are things now that I think about it, and this is a completely side note, like, and people, anybody who might be out there listening or one listener, there's what's called diminished value claim. That's the first thing that's what first thing I was going to say. So when you're in an accident, the insurance will make repairs to your car or total it out, whatever it is. But there are these companies that will facilitate what's called diminished value claims. And those claims, what it is the insurance actually, they're obligated to, well, I say make you whole again, but make your car whole again. So get it operating. So, but when you're in an accident, your car, its value gets diminished because now it's got a ding on your record. You will never be able to sell that car for the maximum value.
And I was going to segue into two things. And I was going to say, my experience sucks. Like we went in it on our own, and again, too, this was like maybe one of the first experiences you brought work into our fucking round. You can't, it's one of the first ones. Yo, you need to holler at me, like, and I was just like, we didn't get hurt. It was a tiny bit. I mean, it was nothing, like barely done to the car. And then I'll speak on this too. Like, it really sucks that the way the processes go or how the law is set up, it doesn't even favor the person that got hit.
Oh no,
it does not at all. I am getting clear consensus for all that. Never does. Never does. And I don't, like I said, I don't think people know that. Yeah. Like, I didn't know that. Yeah. So like, that was the first time you were like, yo, it is what it is. Like, yeah, I know you didn't get hurt, but it's just to help you process this the right way. Yeah. And I didn't do it. And it's funny that I'm going to segue right into JP. Because I ain't gonna lie, I learned from my lesson. Yeah. And like, then our buddy from Dallas, his wife was pregnant at the time. Oh man, she got sideswiped by, I don't even know if he was of age, but he was like, barely had his driver's license. Sideswiped them, forgot what he was driving. It was a big SUV or something like that, Bronco or some big Bronco. Sideswiped, she was freaked out, the whole nine. I was just
a lot of damage.
A lot of damage. She had to go.
She was driving?
She was driving.
Oh man.
My boy's wife was driving. She had to, the ambulance had to come out, didn't want to move her. She was like 8 months pregnant. No. She was scared as hell. Or they had all the like, listen, you guys need to be careful about this. Yeah. JP went through the processes. Again, like, everything was taken care of. Everything was taken care of. So y'all's perspective or his perspective. And,
it's just safe to say, we tell all people, like, man, even if you're in an accident, you're not hurt, like, at least talk to us. It don't cost you anything to get our advice, our suggestions. Like, we're never going to force anybody. We're not those first, I sign right here. No, that's not us. Like, we'll tell you if we can help you. We'll tell you if we think that you should get help. Yeah, and probably my worst selling line is if it's not us, go with somebody else. Yeah. But I think that's what people appreciate, because I'm like, look, we get full on help, but if not, you go with the next guy, because you shouldn't be doing this on your own. One marketer once told me, he said, what do you have to offer? And I was just like, and I just started like giving like a spiel about everything. He was like, no, he was like, you're not listening to me. What do you have to offer? Value. He's like, you have to have something of value to offer people. And he was like, information is extremely valuable. And he was like, and you don't realize that. And If you offer people something like that, he was like, you don't even know the value that's coming out of your mouth just because you've been to those, and you know it. Yeah. So
I've had so many people tell me that, like, after talking to them, and I feel like people just want to vent a lot. They want somebody to listen to them, listen to their frustrations, listen to what they're going through. And I understand it. And I hope they don't think that I'm like, I'm just giving them like, oh yeah, I know what you're seeing and I know what you're feeling, because I've been through it and I understand it. I truly do. But they just want somebody to hear their frustrations and know that, hey, look, we're going to be on your side. It's not, and I tell them all the time, it's not going to be easy. It's not going to be quick. It's going to be a process. You're going to have to go through it. We're going to fight the good fight for you. It's not going to be stress free. We're going to make it, as stressless as possible. But, you got somebody in your corner that's helping protect your interests. But
let's talk about something a little bit more lighthearted right now. So, Bryan, as you know, part of our show is about life, business, money, and the other part is the fun stuff, sports. And we have 8 picks this weekend, 4 college and 4 NFL.
Yeah. Fucking cheat sheet in front of him.
Wow.
The only reason he comes to work on Fridays now, and then Dave doesn't want to tell me which games we're looking at him to see which you we did. It's just, oh my God, let me see. And those are the 4.
I've never seen Ray print anything out of my AVM.
I'm not going to,
not even things with followers in this show.
your peaks were like the very first podcast. I noticed that.
Oh, really?
I mean, I followed these guys. I like watching Blue dance around doing dumb shit. I appreciate all that stuff. But I ain't gonna lie, the first time I was like, oh shit, this motherfucker's doing pics. And I forgot we were at their house on Sunday, and I was like,
how did the pics go?
Yeah, I think Ray,
I only missed
one.
Missed one. Cowboys?
I missed Cal. No, you didn't pick Cal, or you? I thought you were.
I think he picked the money line. I think he said,
just the spread. If you want to take the spread on, which is spread.
So I got 4 college games right now.
There's no college on there. That's just because he didn't tell me. He didn't tell me.
So the way this works is I don't pick one or the other. I don't tell them the picks for either NFL or college. This week it's going to be college, and I did not tell you guys about. The first game is LSU, number 8 LSU, Arkansas.
Arkansas is what?
LSU is a 2.5-point favorite. Arkansas is 4-2, their record.
Just for note, I think Arkansas beat Tennessee.
They did.
Right? Tennessee was number 4.
Yeah, when Arkansas is unranked, you said Arkansas is what place?
Arkansas is not ranked. Their record is 4-2.
LSU only has 1 loss.
That's correct.
I'm not a college guy, but I'll just gut LSU.
Okay.
I agree.
I think Arkansas will cover the 2.5.
You think it's that close?
I think so.
Dan,
Arkansas is a scrappy team. I don't know why they're always
in Baton Rouge.
No,
it's in Arkansas. What did you say? These guys will cover LSU.
What do you think Arkansas will cover?
Or so you're taking Arkansas?
Yes. I think Arkansas will cover that spread. Next one is Alabama, number 7 Alabama at number 11 Tennessee. Alabama is favored by 3 points.
I'm gonna take Tennessee.
That would be one of my parlay bets too. I would do Tennessee also.
I'm going all emotions.
What's the
3-3? Bama.
They're right with each other. If you lose to Vandy, kidding me? Yeah, but
they almost saved them behind.
They almost lost last week too.
I always hate to.
I'm at Bama.
But they got to win by 3.
Yeah, by 3. Yeah. Okay. This one is I just threw this in here because
you don't know Texas, Georgia.
That's the last one. This one though I thought this one was interesting to me. It's 5-1 Nebraska at 6-0, number 16 Indiana.
6-0.
Yeah, Indians.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, no.
What does one person? Is there a football team? Yeah, that's the Clements.
Is it?
That's the NFL. Yeah, that's the school mascot. Now,
We'll take Nebraska just based on the
yeah. What conference is Indiana?
No, it doesn't say.
I'll take Nebraska.
Okay. Plus, Nebraska has like that #1 quarterback in the nation from like coming out of high school or whatever. They say he's the next Patrick Mahomes.
It's a big state.
Blah, blah, blah. Yeah. Okay. And then the big one we got here. Number
Manning's son falling at.
UT.
Wow, that's great.
Backup, bro. And good. Archie's a backup. Yeah. I think arguably the most talented American. It was scary. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's
true.
And he's the non-adult professionals.
That's correct.
Yeah.
Brother's son.
Ref. Yeah. Makes sense. I guess it all works out. Right. So we got the big game, the big one tomorrow night, 6:30. Number 5, Georgia, 5-1. Number 1, Texas.
UT in Austin.
Texas is favored by 5. We're going to cover that. That's what it is.
What was,
Oh, you Georgia play last week? Yeah, where you for that game? I won't be at your house.
This is
They play.
6:30.
Wow, that's positive. Wow. I'll be towed up by that. 5 times.
Oh, God. I mean, my gut, everything
in me says take Texas. This is their year.
think 5 times. 9 points.
I've tweeted.
All right.
Small. Well, I mean, they blew me away with what they did to Oklahoma last week.
Yeah, they dismantled Oklahoma, but Oklahoma didn't handle it then.
Yeah, you're right.
I mean,
I say UT, but they won't cover.
You say they won't?
Yeah, that's my pick.
I'm gonna go with you. Wait.
I say Texas will win. I don't think they'll cover.
So you said Texas money line. So basically, you're saying you
Money line.
That's my guess.
You're taking Georgia.
Yeah,
Sure.
Georgia to cover. Yeah,
I take it.
I think I'm going to take UT to cover too. I don't think it's going to be as close as everybody thinks it's going to be.
Do I hope not.
What,
I know it's 3.5. Is it 5? 5. Okay. College is like a 3.5.
Oh, shit. Yeah.
That's a college 3.5.
Yeah. Texas covering.
All right.
I'm going to take the 5. I'm going to give Texas 5. I trust that man.
All y'all are Texas.
That man boys,
Georgia.
man. Yours is good. And if yours mess around and gets hurt and they put in their backup, he's liable to throw 4 touchdowns and
We're
run for 2.
on record. You know
What?
I'm talking you now. Let's see what was sprayed in the mouth.
It's all positive. Better to say they went back and watched the video and I started going down my picks.
I want to think this claim that. So all y'all are Texas. Cover.
I think they're going to cover. I think Texas has an elite offense
Again,
and I feel like Georgia has a good defense. Not a great defense.
Texas wins. I don't think they cover. That's my.
Well, I mean, Texas also has a top nice defense as well.
Yeah.
So
Yes.
They're ranked number 1 in like every
at home
for every statistic.
Big game. Am I mistaken? Georgia won the champion last year, 2 years.
But they also, who did they lose?
I don't know. Yeah, what happened?
They lost to Alabama.
No, they didn't win last year.
No, 2 years ago.
They were there
2 years.
They were in the playoff 3 years straight. Yeah.
And then they won 2 years.
Previous 2 years there. Who did they lose?
But they lost somebody. They're a step behind.
Texas, Alabama, or no, Georgia.
Don't say the playoffs.
I think something's about to die. Okay, we'll get done quickly here.
We're almost done.
All right, we're gonna move on to NFL. NFL first pick: Ravens and Bucks. Both teams are 4-2. Currently, Ravens are favored by 3.5.
3.5.
Ravens. Oh, Ravens.
Where are they playing? I don't even know where they're playing.
I don't know.
It's
I'm
Ravens.
gonna take the Bucks on a money line.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you taking the Bucks straight?
Baker. Is that what keeping an overall tally of how y'all do it?
We should. I mean, it's all on record.
So yeah, we only
a big board of how everyone's doing.
I think I'm gonna go with you, but I'm gonna take the Bucks.
Oh man, just because you met Baker,
that's right. That's right. I'm gonna go with man.
Ravens gonna beat the Ravens. That's what I think. That Derrick Henry's gonna run all over. I think they're due for a breakout.
The Ravens?
I think, yeah.
I feel like they've been broken out.
All
right. I hope so. I hope the Bucks win. All right. We got the Lions 4-1 at the Vikings undefeated.
Hold up, Vikings.
And Vikings are favored by 1.5, which is closer than I thought.
It is closer to them.
Apparently. So
detail is the Lions have the league's best offensive line of handling.
They also lost
don't the Vikings have like one of the best that was a defensive player. And defensive player Hutchinson, yeah. I don't know what the Vikings got. I don't know what they keep doing, but they keep winning. Yeah. And now that they're at home, I'm gonna take the Vikes with that 1.5.
The Chiefs are undefeated, right?
Yeah. So them and the Chiefs.
I'm gonna take Detroit.
Yeah. I'm going with
feeling
shady.
I feel like
I'm with
Ray. I feel like the Mavs.
So you take the Lions?
I'm taking the Lions.
Lions, but
I think that's
1.5. So
it's that's why, like, I feel like Sam Darnold's dust is about to wear off.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like the Magic can't last. That's less.
I'm not. He's been rolling 7. He's rolled 7. 6 times at a river last week, which they didn't see it. And they have arms and legs, man. And again, Sunday.
Right? We was talking about this. And in week 6, I think the training wheels come off. Everybody.
Yeah. That should parlay. Let's go to the left. Let's your boy.
I said myself, I'm going to play Ray on this one team.
I don't get emotion and going to work.
The next to us,
here we go,
is actually the Texans.
Oh, for you.
Packers are favored by 3.
-3.
Packers are favored by 3
at Green Bay.
I'm going to get all white unis. I'm going to get this out of the way.
I'm taking the Pack.
Oh, look, we are out. We're out like defensive starters.
Oh, man.
Yeah, he's going to be a realist right now.
Okay. Yeah, I am. Look, we won a lot of close games.
But
I'm very hopeful. Don't get me wrong. Like, I'm a super optimistic person, but
you're super optimistic. You don't do the thing.
Boost. They're trying to line it up 3 people that know the others.
Into level,
I'm super optimistic.
Look, still listed and you do the sell.
Oh, wow.
This negativity look like they can yelling the opposite every time. They only had about 3 touchdowns last weekend, and Vinny's over there, asshole puckered. What are you?
I feel like send this chill. They're up. Send this dude a text message. These fucking Texans are up. I'm like, why the fuck you shit in?
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, no, but I stopped last week. I was gonna send a text and I did it, and y'all did it. I was literally gonna message you when I thought they were gonna fuck it up.
But they gonna hang on. Ray,
ooh, tough one. This is a tough one.
It's toughy.
Green Bay by 3 in Green Bay.
Yeah.
Jordan Love's balling out. It's going to be a litmus test for the Texans.
Yeah, next man up.
Absolutely, yeah.
Next man up.
I think we got the clips.
Maybe they'll get better.
Yep.
Next man up there. Back.
We could take like 2 touchdowns.
Is that what you said last week? Somebody leaves, you get better. And we just said,
the coach leaves. And they almost won. Who were they missing? What's your logical thinking?
We got,
so Jimmy Ward, ex-49er, our captain of our team, safety, he's out. Lassiter, who's a starting quarterback, he's cornerback, he's out. I don't even know how to say his name. Tua, linebacker, he's out. We're bringing back this guy, Danico Autry, who was suspended 6 games, defensive tackle or something. Texans. Out.
See, I'm going to take the Texans to cover. And I think it's because they've been playing so many close games. I think they will lose this one in a close game.
I think that's smart. That's a smart bet. You're like,
that's not what you said. That's not what you said. That's not what you said.
Okay, I'm going to change it then.
We still lose it. It's just easier. Miss Corey, I'll tell you, we'll still lose it.
Or wind it back.
We cover it.
Right? Stand by your
I'm going to go opposite of Vinny. Since Vinny's been on a losing streak, I'm going to go Packers. And I hate to say because I want the Texans to win, but
okay.
I'm gonna go with Packers.
Invest with Packers, right? Invest with Packers.
No, he went Texas to cover. Now he changed his up.
But we're still losing.
So if you Texas money line,
I'm taking Texas.
What is that?
I think they got it in them.
Yeah, Texas spread. Win.
I love y'all. I just hope reverse psychology bullshit. I mean, they won by
percent confidence.
they won what
You
two,
know, some
two and a half
struggles.
touchdowns.
Yeah,
Huh. They did their thing.
they kicked.
I'd like to imagine they can ride it.
I mean, the Packers are not the Patriots.
No, I get.
So I told you last week that Patriots were who you thought they were, and I told you that Texas was gonna crush them. They murdered them. So they kept it close in the first half.
Yeah.
Let's
Is that your positivity?
let's look at this Bay Area.
Oh,
I'm calling the game of the week. So, game of the week. Come on. Last 5-0.
Come on.
Undefeated 49ers who are 3-3. Coming to the Bay Area. And we have the 49ers are favored by 1.5.
Coming to your house.
Kyle Shanahan.
Come on. They're fraud.
Boys are on the ropes.
The Golden State Niners. Come on.
That's tough.
Can't just pull stuff.
You know what?
The bench.
We'll wait for you to pick. Vinny.
Yeah.
I'm thinking briefly watching through this morning.
I can't believe so the Niners are actually favored.
They are favored.
1.5.
That's right.
What's behind that?
He's doing something.
Time travel.
It is the strangest thing. How they pick those nights. And it's weird when it lands right at it.
Oh, me and JP are always discussing who the Illuminati shit.
Yeah.
It was calling last week.
Whoever's calling those lines.
Last week, the Commanders and Ravens were -7. They won by 7.
30-23.
With 7 points.
I got the Niners. I think Brock Purdy.
There we go.
I think
I know you're talking big. I like the way you're talking. I'm going to take that.
Is there any news that I don't know about? Because McCaffrey's not playing, right?
And now, the backup is been on IR. He's on my fantasy team. They're still balling. They still got Ayuk. They still got Debo. When Debo wants to play. They said that Debo still got Brock Purdy. And Kittle is arguably as good, if not better, than the tight end of the Kansas City. So he's
top 3.
In the league. Easy. Easy. It's over 2. And it hurts my feelings to say anything good about the Niners, but
that's right.
I do need it. I didn't
turn the cup around for me.
I personally,
I'm going to take Jig West. I'm going to take the Cowboys don't lose this week on the line.
I personally think Chiefs are going to win on another close game where the refs make a call in their favor. What's crazy is that if Patrick Mahomes had the ball with 2 minutes left, I think that they're going to win the game.
And it's more than one score. Anything on the Chiefs going on that I don't know about?
I mean, they don't have a number 1 receiver, right? They lost their dude. Worthy? No, Worthy's still there. He's a rookie. Forget this. He's as fast as dude in NFL.
Yeah, forget who the Chiefs don't have as far as a receiver. They lost one dude. They're looking for a receiver.
Oh, Rashi Rice.
Yeah. Rashi Rice. Is he hurt?
But they plug it in. Next man up.
Yeah.
Talk about next man up. That's
But unlike
Andy Reid, and here's the thing. Andy Reid is coming off a bye.
So he's the 2 weeks to prepare for the Niners.
That's Vince's wife's man crush.
No.
He likes the old white dude with a mustache.
You ought to be Andy Reid. You ought to be Andy Reid with his she used with a keep off week. Believe the past career these 2 you understand? Very criminal. You know what? To be fair though, it's so easy, right? It's so easy. White guy with a mustache. White with a mustache. You got the county. Oh, Kevin York. White guy with a mustache. Don't Kevin York.
So,
I'm
like the call. You are being recorded, sir. So
I'm on. It's crazy how the full table turns, but I'm gonna be Vince. I'm like I don't think the Niners can pull it off.
Really?
Like I ain't gonna lie. I don't feel that the Niners record is speaks all who they are. Like they dropped a couple that they should have won. Like they should not be 3-2. Okay.
You think they
play down better and they're better than their rest.
So
they play down their
level.
They can.
That's not their way.
Because they're playing the Chiefs.
They're playing the Chiefs.
So they should play up.
They'll play up.
They're at home.
Again, it's my gut feelings. As a betting man, I don't like to lose money. So that's how I'm looking at it, right? I just feel that the Chiefs are going to do their thing. They got their number.
All right. Well, there you go. Picks are in. Bryan, thank you so much for doing this, dude. This was amazing.
Thank you.
Appreciate you coming out, man.
Yeah, no,
thank you so much. Until next time, guys.